They caught another bus once they arrived at West End train station. Since there was hardly anyone on this bus, Ron felt the need to explain himself. When I was young, my uncle bought me things, and at the time, I didn't know what he was doing, but after a while, he started molesting most of my friends and myself. The gifts and money he showered us with were too good to let go. Pausing, he continued. Many, if not all, of the people I know, who's gay, someone molested us, either someone in the family or close to the family. Some might agree or disagree with this statement, but I believe afterward, most but not all, became promiscuous or gay. I blamed myself for letting it happen for a long time, but I let it continue. He would give us money and, hell, anything we wanted. I soon enjoyed it and am not ashamed of who I am. Dasinga had served in the military and had been around many people who had different cultures. He had learned by experience that judging people who didn't think or act like him was wrong. He didn't have to agree or disagree with what they thought, all he had to do was be himself. Cultural and religious differences were typical, but for the first time, he faced sexual differences, but he just added it to the list of differences people had. Ron continued, we have different opinions, even in our, I'll call sexual orientation group. There are 3 types of gay men. The ones like me, who dress like a man, and act like a man but are gay. Then you have the one that dresses like a man but outwardly shows their gay tendencies, and then some dress like a woman and act like a woman. This last group is the ones I can't stand. Dasinga was confused. Why? You can't stand them? Ron said, if you're gay, and you don't have to put on a show to prove you're gay. As a matter of fact, there is a great division among us. Jeffrey Dahmer was gay, but because his ass was going around eating motherfuckers, they didn't want him associated with the gay community. I'm starting to hear people talking about binary and non-binary. What the fuck is that? You just wait, I'll give it 20 years, and they will be going around saying we need to break down pronouns and genders or give us a classification, or both. Dasinga thought for a moment. I think the kind of gays that would be damaging to women would be the kind that dates a woman, then after she falls in love with them and they suddenly tell them, hey, I'm gay. It would tear them apart. Ron then said. That's bisexual, and being on the DL, but it's still gay. Well, I have some friends who do that, but even that is being accepted, for a lot of these lonely-ass women now, who just want to say they have a man. You will be amazed at all the things Atlanta cater to in the homosexual, I guess, you can say, genre. They have gay bars, sex clubs and more, and most of these rich athletes, actors, singers and other whose gay finances them. Many come to Atlanta straight, but leave gay. Dasinga shook his head. Damn, I had no idea. I seen that there's a lot of them around here, especially Midtown and Buckhead, and some of them, you can't even tell them apart from women, until you get up close to them, and what the fuck is a DL? Ron shook his head. I knew your ass wasn't gay, when I first saw you. But you were different, I just didn't know what it was. That's why, I could open up to you and tell you my problems. But I never told you I was gay. It's not a problem for me, more like a situation. But yeah, your ass is green as fuck. DL means down low man. Dasinga shook his head. It all sounds so confusing to me. They continued their conversation about the topic the entire ride. Before they knew it, they were at their stop on the corner of Avon Street and Cascade Avenue. Once there, it wasn't what he thought. Everyone that came over didn't even appear to be gay at all and dressed nicely, and not one of them seemed to even act gay. But he noticed a few males with feminine ways and a few females who dressed and acted masculine, but it did not bother him. With good music, delicious food, and a few jokes, everyone was enjoying themselves. Hours later, Dasinga hears a voice. Okay, you bitches. I rushed my ass over here, straight from work. Let's party. It was Smithy, and Dasinga did not have to guess who he was or be introduced. He knew that was him, for he was everything Ron said. He was loud, annoying, and rude. Who do we have here? Smithy said as he looked up and down at Dasinga and smiled with his eyes raised. Dasinga smiled and simply said, Hi, my name is. Smithy said, Nah child, really, what's up with you? Dasinga was trying not to be rude, my name is Dasinga, but I'm not gay, I'm a friend of Ron. Smithy said, you're not gay now, just wait till I get finished with you. You will never want another piece of catfish. Dasinga looked at Ron and mouthed, catfish? Ron smiled, to put it nicely, a woman. Dasinga offended, well, that's my cue, it's time for me to go. Ron said. No, hell no, it's time for Smithy to go. Ron grabbed Smithy by the arm and rushed him to another room. After a few minutes, he returned, and Smithy said to Dasinga, I'm sorry, and blew him a kiss. Dasinga became outraged and was about to fight. Ron shook his head and asked one of his friends to take them to the nearest train station. Smithy said, What? What did I do?